Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're tackling the world of streaming platforms.
Ooh, fun.
The landscape is constantly changing.
It really is.
But one thing's for sure, streaming is here to stay, and you sent us this document about how to build one.
Yeah,
Clearly, you're thinking about launching your own platform.
that's exciting.
So let's dive in.
All right.
So what really jumped out at me in this doc,
Yeah.
it dives right into the technical stuff.
Right into it.
But before we get all geeky,
Mm-hmm.
there's something super important they highlight right up front.
Okay.
And that's the vision.
Yeah, the vision thing.
It seems obvious, but
Yeah, but
it's so easy to get caught up in the excitement
Oh, wait a minute.
and just want to jump right into building the thing.
Right to the building part.
But without that clear vision,
You're going to be lost.
it's like setting sail with no destination.
Exactly. You end up somewhere, but is it where you wanted to be?
So how do we craft that vision?
Well, luckily, this document gives us 4 key questions to ask ourselves.
Oh, perfect. Lay them on me.
All right, so first up, and this one is crucial, who are you building this platform for?
The audience.
Yes, your target audience.
Makes sense. You wouldn't create a platform for gamers the same way you'd build one for, say, cooking enthusiasts?
Exactly. It's all about knowing your audience.
Right.
Everything from the content to the design needs to resonate with them.
Okay, so we've got our target audience in mind. What's next?
Content strategy,
Okay, so what are we actually going to put on this platform?
right? Are we talking live streams on demand videos or a mix of both?
Like Twitch versus Netflix.
Exactly. Twitch is all about that real-time interaction. Netflix, it's all about having a massive library you can access anytime.
And that decision has a ripple effect on everything,
It really does.
from the tech you use to how you market it.
Absolutely.
Okay, so target audience locked, content strategy set.
Check.
Now the million-dollar question.
Get me with it.
How are we going to make money?
Yes, monetization.
Everyone's favorite topic.
Right.
So this document lays out a few common models.
Okay.
Subscriptions, advertising pay-per-view, and freemium.
Lot of options.
So let's break those down a bit.
Sure.
Subscriptions, pretty straightforward.
Like Netflix.
Pay a monthly fee for access to all the content.
Bingo.
What about ads?
Ads.
Are we talking like annoying pop-ups that interrupt the whole experience?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
It could be more like those short pre-roll ads you see on YouTube.
Right.
The key is finding a balance.
You don't want to drive people away.
Exactly.
What about pay-per-view?
pay-per-view?
Does anyone even do that anymore?
It's still relevant for certain types of content.
Like what?
Live events,
Okay,
exclusive releases, things like that.
got it.
You can charge a premium for that high-demand content.
Interesting.
And then you've got freemium.
Oh yeah, freemium.
Like Spotify.
Free to use,
Right.
but you pay for extra features.
Precisely. It's a great way to attract a large user base.
And then hopefully convert some of them to paying subscribers.
So we've covered target audience content strategy and how we're going to make some money.
Those are main ones.
What's the final piece of the vision puzzle?
The secret sauce.
Ooh, tell me more.
Your unique selling proposition.
USP.
Yep. What makes your platform stand out in a crowded market?
What's the one thing you offer that no one else does?
Exactly. Why should someone choose your platform over all the others out there?
It's like Spotify with their personalized playlists.
Perfect example. They weren't the first music streaming service,
Right.
but that unique feature helped them gain massive popularity.
So it's not just about building a platform, it's about solving a specific problem for your audience.
Absolutely. You got to offer something truly unique.
Okay, so we've got our vision dialed in.
Yeah.
We know who we're targeting, what we're offering, how we're going to make money,
Yeah.
and what makes us stand out.
We have a blueprint.
Now we can start thinking about the actual
A
building,
fun part.
which is where things get a bit more technical.
A little bit.
But we're going to break it all down, don't worry.
We gotcha.
So let's start with the tech stack.
Okay. The foundation of it all.
Sounds intimidating.
It's really not that bad.
Okay.
Think of it like the engine of your streaming platform.
The engine.
All the technology working behind the scenes to deliver a seamless experience.
Got it. So what are the key parts of this engine?
Well, first you have video protocols.
Video protocols.
These determine how that video data is transmitted and decoded.
It's like the language of streaming.
Yeah. A language your platform and the user's device use to communicate.
Okay, then what?
CDNs.
CDNs?
Content delivery networks.
Okay.
Basically servers all over the world that store copies of your content.
So no matter where someone's watching.
They get fast loading times and smooth playback.
Smart.
Then you have back-end frameworks.
Back-end frameworks.
They provide the logic and structure for your platform.
Okay, the brains of the operation.
You got it. And then databases.
Database.
To store all your user data, content, metadata, all that essential information.
Like a giant library for all your streaming assets.
Exactly. And lastly, you need a cloud platform to host it all on.
The cloud.
It's like deciding where to build your streaming house.
So many choices.
There really are.
It's clear that picking the right tech stack is crucial.
Absolutely. It can make or break your platform.
And this is where companies like 4Deeks
The folks behind this document,
can really help.
they specialize in guiding businesses through these complex decisions.
It's great to know there are experts out there who can help.
It takes a lot of the stress out of the process.
Okay, so tech stack sorted.
Check.
What's next?
Let's move from the back end to the front end.
Okay.
The part your users actually see and interact with, the user interface or UI.
Ah, the UI. This is where things get visual.
Exactly. It's like the storefront of your streaming platform.
First impressions matter.
They really do. And this document
Okay.
highlights some key principles for good UI design.
All right, I'm all ears.
Number one, intuitive navigation.
Okay, make it easy to find what you're looking for.
Think about how annoying it is when you can't find something on a website.
Oh, I know exactly what you mean.
Your UI should be easy to understand
Right.
and navigate effortlessly.
Like a well-organized library.
Perfect analogy.
Yeah.
Then there's consistent branding.
Consistent.
Using the same colors, fonts, visual style throughout your platform.
builds trust.
Absolutely. It shows you're professional and reinforces your brand message.
Got it. So intuitive navigation, consistent branding, check and check.
What
else?
responsive design.
Responsive
People are accessing content on all sorts of devices these days.
right. Phones, tablets, laptops, desktops.
Exactly. Your platform needs to look and function flawlessly on all of them.
So it adapts to different screen sizes.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a must-have for sure.
Next up, accessibility.
Accessibility.
Making your platform usable by people with disabilities.
Important.
Not just about being inclusive, it's about expanding your potential audience.
So things like captions, subtitles, audio descriptions, keyboard navigation.
All of that.
Makes sense everyone should be able to enjoy the content.
Exactly. And finally, there's personalization.
Personalization.
Tailoring the experience to individual preferences.
Like Netflix recommendations.
Exactly. Using data to suggest what to watch next.
That can really enhance the user experience.
It keeps people coming back for more.
Okay, so we've got intuitive navigation, consistent branding, responsive design, accessibility, and personalization.
I covered a lot.
All key elements for a well-designed UI.
Absolutely. It's the face of your platform.
All right, so we've talked vision tech stack and the UI.
The building blocks.
What's next on our streaming platform journey?
Now let's dive into the heart of it all, the core functionality.
Oh, the features.
The essential features every streaming platform needs.
Okay, lay it on me.
All right, this document gives a whole list,
Uh-huh.
but let's focus on the most crucial ones.
Sounds good.
First and foremost, a robust video and audio streaming system.
That's the heart of it all.
It has to be reliable, high quality.
No one wants buffering or lag.
It's exactly. It needs to handle high traffic and deliver smooth, high-definition video and audio.
Makes sense. What else?
User registration and authentication.
Okay, so people can create accounts, log in, manage their profiles.
Yep. But you also have to think about things like social login options for convenience.
Right.
And how you're going to manage that user data securely and
Like,
responsibly.
Security and privacy are super important.
Absolutely. Next up, a content management system, or CMS.
CMS.
This is your control center for managing all your video and audio content.
So it's like a giant library database for all your streaming assets?
Exactly. You can easily upload, organize, categorize, and manage all your content.
Okay, makes sense. What else?
Payment gateway integration.
Yeah. Seeing what's popular.
Right, and where you can improve.
So it's like a dashboard showing all the key metrics.
Exactly. You can track engagement, identify trends, and make data-driven decisions.
Data is power.
It really is okay moving on social features.
Social features so people can interact with each other, share content, build a community.
Precisely. It's about going beyond just passive viewing.
Right, make it more engaging.
Exactly. Create a more vibrant and interactive experience.
Okay, social features. Got it. What else?
Live streaming.
Live streaming.
This was becoming increasingly popular.
It is.
You could broadcast live events and interact with your audience in real time.
It seems like a whole other beast, though.
It does add complexity.
What are the challenges?
You need a system that can handle low latency streaming to minimize delays.
Okay.
Robust infrastructure to support a surge in viewers during live events.
Uh-huh.
And often interactive features like chat and real-time polls.
Sounds challenging, but exciting.
It definitely opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
Okay, so we've got live streaming Check. What else?
Personalized recommendations.
We talked about this a bit with the UI,
We did.
but it deserves its own spotlight.
It really does.
It's all about helping users discover new content.
And keeping them engaged
Right.
by analyzing their viewing habits.
You can suggest things they might actually enjoy.
Makes the whole experience more enjoyable and relevant.
Awesome. What else?
Offline viewing.
Offline viewing.
So people can download content and watch it later without internet access.
That's essential for people on the go.
Exactly. Or for those with limited internet access.
Great feature. What's the last one on our list?
Interactive features.
Interactive feature.
This is a broad category.
Okay.
It's all about enhancing engagement and creating more interactive experiences.
So things like polls, quizzes, games, all that fun stuff.
Exactly. It makes your platform more engaging and memorable.
And provides valuable data about your audience.
You can learn a lot about their preferences.
Wow, we've covered a ton of ground already.
We have.
From vision and tech stack to UI and core functionality.
But we're not done yet.
There's more.
There's more to building a successful platform than just checking boxes.
Right. It's not just about the features.
Exactly. There's a whole other layer we need to explore.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
We'll dive into those beyond the basics elements in part 2 of our deep dive.
Sounds good. I can't wait.
Welcome back. Last time we talked Vision, Tech Stack, UI, and all those core features.
We laid the groundwork.
We did.
But this doc hints at some other things.
Yes.
Things that can take a platform from good, great,
Yeah.
and I'm ready to unearth those gems.
All right, let's dig in.
So one thing that really stands out
Yeah.
is the power of community.
Community.
Building that loyal and engaged community.
So important.
It can be a game changer.
Absolutely.
But how do we do that on a streaming platform?
It's about thinking beyond just like comment sections and forums.
Yeah.
It's about creating a space where shared passions come alive.
Okay, I like where you're going with this.
Imagine live watch parties, Q&As with creators,
Ooh, yeah.
fan clubs, virtual events where users can connect.
It's like you're turning passive viewers into active participants.
Exactly.
They're not just watching, they're part of something bigger.
And that shared experience,
Yeah.
it leads to longer watch times more word-of-mouth marketing.
Ultimately, a more successful platform.
Precisely.
Okay, community building check. What other gems can we unearth?
Let's talk content acquisition.
Ah, yes. Content is king.
Without great content, you have nothing.
Exactly. But where do we even begin?
You need a solid strategy.
Okay.
Will you produce content in-house?
Mm.
Partner with existing creators.
Yeah.
License content from studios.
So many options.
Each approach has its pros and cons.
It's not just about having a platform.
Yeah.
It's about having a library of stuff people actually want to watch.
And it's an ongoing process.
I bet.
Tastes change, new trends emerge, new creators pop up.
You got to stay on top of it.
Exactly.
Okay, so community building, content acquisition, those are big ones.
Absolutely.
What else?
Let's talk data.
Data.
Or more specifically, how you can use data to make your platform smarter and more engaging.
Okay. I'm all ears.
Think about personalized recommendations, but like on steroids.
On steroids.
Yeah, not just suggesting what to watch next,
Uh-huh.
but personalizing the whole experience.
Okay.
Tailored content categories, customized watch lists, even interactive features that adapt to individual preferences.
Wow, that's next level personalization.
It is.
Is that even possible?
It is with the right data strategy.
Okay.
And of course, we need to be mindful of ethical considerations.
Right. Data, privacy, user consent, all that.
But if done responsibly, data can create a truly unique experience.
Powerful stuff. So we've talked community content data.
Those are big ones.
What other beyond the basics considerations are in this doc?
This one's close to my heart, innovation.
Ooh, innovation. I like it.
The doc mentions interactive features.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking even bigger.
Okay.
What about exploring new storytelling formats?
Like what?
Interactive narratives, where viewers influence the plot.
Interesting.
Live events that blur the lines between entertainment and reality.
Wow.
Even virtual reality experiences that immerse users in the content.
You're blowing my mind here.
The world of streaming is constantly evolving.
It is.
Those who are willing to push boundaries and experiment are the ones who'll stand out.
The doc mentions future-proofing.
Exactly.
It's about building a platform not just for today, but for tomorrow.
You got it.
Okay, so community content, data, innovation.
We're hitting all the key points.
My brain is buzzing with ideas.
That's what we like to hear, but remember,
Yeah.
with great power comes great responsibility.
True.
This document also touches upon some crucial considerations that, while not as glamorous, are essential.
Okay, the not-so-fun stuff.
First up, legal and regulatory compliance.
Right. Copyright laws, data privacy regulations, content moderation policies, all that.
You can't ignore this stuff.
It's like building a house without permits.
Exactly.
You might get away with it for a while, but eventually
It'll catch up with you.
you need to consult with legal professionals
Absolutely. Make sure you're operating within the law.
and protecting yourself and your users.
Exactly.
Okay, so another crucial consideration,
Yeah.
accessibility.
We touched upon this with the UI.
We did, but it deserves more attention.
It really does.
Making your platform accessible to people with disabilities.
It's not just the right thing to do.
Right.
It's good business.
You're expanding your audience.
Exactly. And fostering a more inclusive environment.
So what are some key things to keep in mind when it comes to accessibility?
Start with the Web Content Accessibility Guidelines, or WCAG.
WCAG.
They offer a great framework for building accessible web experiences.
Okay.
Think captions, subtitles, audio descriptions, keyboard navigation.
So it's about making sure everyone feels welcome and included.
Exactly. And there are so many resources available to help you implement these best practices.
Okay, we've covered a lot of ground in this section.
We have.
Moving beyond those core features and exploring some elements that can really elevate a platform.
Make it or break it.
Exactly. Any final words of wisdom before we wrap up part 2?
Remember, building a successful streaming platform is a marathon, not a sprint.
It's a journey.
It requires passion, dedication, and a willingness to learn and adapt.
Good advice.
Embrace the challenges, celebrate the wins, and never stop pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Well said. I'm feeling inspired and ready to take on the world of streaming.
That's the spirit.
But before we get ahead of ourselves, there's one more area we need to cover.
Oh, yes.
Join us for part 3, where we'll tackle the business side of things.
The financial realities of launching and running a successful streaming platform.
Until then, keep those creative juices flowing. Okay, deep divers, we're back for the final part of our streaming platform journey.
The grand finale.
We've covered a lot of Ground Vision tech features innovation.
The whole shebang.
But now it's time to get down to brass tacks.
Okay, yeah.
The business of streaming.
Ah, yes. The money talk.
We can't ignore the financial realities
No, we can't.
of launching and running a platform.
It's not just about the creative side.
Right. This document digs into some key areas, starting with the big one.
Which is?
Funding.
Ah, yes. The fuel for the engine.
Now, I'm assuming most of us don't have millions just lying around.
Well, if you've got a secret stash somewhere.
So how do we secure the resources we need to get this platform off the ground?
Well, there are a few avenues to explore.
Lay them on me?
First, you've got bootstrapping.
Bootstrap.
Funding the project yourself.
Okay, so using your own saving.
Exactly. It gives you maximum control.
Right, you're the boss.
But it can limit how quickly you can grow.
Makes sense, you only have so much to invest.
Then there's seeking investment from angel investors or venture capitalists.
Ah, the big leagues.
They can infuse a lot of cash into your project,
That's the upside.
but they usually want equity,
Meaning?
a share of ownership,
Okay.
and they want a say in how things are run.
So you're giving up some control.
You are, but their expertise and network can be invaluable.
True. What about crowdfunding?
Crowdfunding, that's become a popular option.
I've seen a lot of projects get funded that way.
It's a great way to tap into the enthusiasm of your potential users.
And build a community even before launch.
Exactly.
Any other funding sources we should consider?
Don't forget about grants and subsidies,
Grants.
especially if your platform has a social impact or educational focus.
Right. There are organizations out there specifically looking to support those kinds of projects.
Exactly.
So many options to consider.
They really are.
It's about finding the right fit for your vision and goals.
And your resources.
Okay, so let's say we've secured the funding.
Excellent.
What's next?
Now it's time to create a rock-solid financial plan.
Okay, time to crunch some numbers.
Exactly. You need to understand your costs.
Like what?
Development costs, content acquisition, costs, marketing and advertising expenses, ongoing operational costs, like server hosting, customer support.
Right, all the things that keep the lights on.
And salaries, if you're building a team.
It's easy to overlook some of those ongoing costs.
You need a clear picture of all your expenses
Yeah.
to create a realistic budget.
Okay, costs accounted for.
Check.
Now let's talk revenue.
Ah, yes. How are we going to make this money back?
We talked about monetization models earlier,
Right, subscriptions, ads, pay-per-view freemium.
but now we need to get specific.
Exactly. How much will you charge for subscriptions?
Yeah.
What's your advertising strategy?
Mm,
Will you offer different subscription tiers?
right. Basic premium, all that.
Are you exploring any alternative revenue streams like merchandise or brand partnerships?
So many options.
Lots to think about.
Yeah.
It's all about finding the right balance
Right. Between making money,
and providing value to your users.
you don't want to price yourself out of the market.
Exactly.
Okay, so how do we figure all this out?
That's where financial projections come in.
Financial projections.
Forecasting your revenue and expenses over time.
Okay, so looking ahead and making some educated guesses.
Yeah.
It's not an exact science.
But it's important to have a plan.
It helps you make informed decisions about pricing, content acquisition, marketing spend, hiring, all of that.
And it shows potential investors that you're serious.
That you've thought through the business side of things.
It's not just a pipe dream.
Exactly.
Okay, we've talked about funding financial planning.
The foundation of any successful business.
Can't forget about the legal stuff.
Ah, yes. Legal and regulatory compliance.
This document mentions it multiple times.
It's crucial.
So copyright laws, data privacy regulations, content moderation policies.
All of that, you need to be aware of it from day one.
It seems overwhelming.
It can be, but there are resources available to help.
Okay, good to know.
The key is to consult with legal professionals.
Right, get expert advice.
Make sure you're operating within the law.
And protecting yourself and your users.
Exactly.
Well, we've covered a ton of ground in this final part of our deep dive.
You have
Explored the business side of building a streaming platform.
the nitty-gritty.
It's definitely a lot to consider,
It is.
but it's clear that with careful planning,
And a solid understanding of the financial and legal landscape.
it's possible to turn this dream into a reality.
Absolutely building a streaming platform.
It's an exciting challenge.
It is.
It requires creativity, passion, and business savvy.
But with the right approach,
The possibilities are limitless.
they really are.
Well, it's been an amazing deep dive.
I've enjoyed it.
We've covered so much from that initial spark of an idea.
To the nuts and bolts of building and launching a successful platform.
Hopefully you found this information valuable and inspiring.
As you embark on your own streaming journey,
Remember, the world of streaming is always changing.
it is.
So stay curious, stay adaptable, and never stop learning.
Words to live by.
And that's a wrap on this deep dive.
We're out of time.
We can't wait to see what amazing platforms you create.
Go forth and stream.
Happy streaming.